Welcome to U.S. Mint History, your home for rare, valuable, and hidden treasure coins from the United States. From pocket change worth a fortune to mint errors collectors dream about, we uncover the secrets most people spend without noticing. Stay with us, because the coin you're about to see might be worth far more than you think. So on. Top 1, we're exploring a quarter that many people have seen but very few truly understand, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. It was one of the very first coins released in the legendary 50 state quarters, and because it came out at the beginning of the series, millions of people saved it without realizing that a few rare examples would become incredibly valuable. This coin represents one of the most historic states in America. Connecticut is known as the Constitution State, and the design on the reverse of this quarter is filled with symbolism. At the center stands the famous charter oak, a powerful symbol of American independence. According to legend, the state's royal charter was hidden inside this tree to protect it from British authorities. That story of resistance and freedom is captured forever on this small piece of metal. When these quarters were first released by the United States Mint in 1999, they were produced in massive numbers for circulation. People spent them, dropped them, scratched them, and used them every day. Because of that, most Connecticut quarters you see today are worn and common. But the ones that survived in perfect condition are a completely different story. Collectors look for coins with blazing mint luster, sharp leaf details on the charter oak, and clean fields with no marks. A high-grade example graded at the very top of the scale is extremely difficult to find because these coins entered circulation immediately when released. Very few were preserved carefully enough to remain flawless for more than 2 decades, but condition alone is not the only factor that creates value. Some Connecticut quarters were struck with fascinating mint errors that make them stand out dramatically. There are reported double die varieties where the lettering and dates show clear doubling, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, and even coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. These mistakes are rare because mint quality control is very strict, so when one slips through, collectors compete aggressively to own it. Another feature that attracts attention is strong strike quality. On many circulated coins, the fine details of the tree branches and leaves are weak or flattened. A sharply struck example with full detail is far more desirable and commands a premium in the collector market. There are also special mint set versions with a satin-like finish that were never meant for circulation. When these are preserved perfectly in their original packaging and later graded at a high level, their value can increase dramatically. Imagine finding a 1999 Connecticut quarter in an old coin album, a forgotten drawer, or a bank roll. Most people would see just another quarter, but a trained collector would examine the surface under magnification, looking for doubling in the letters, checking the rim for alignment, and studying the tree for full detail. That careful inspection is how rare coins are discovered. This quarter is a perfect example of how modern coins can still hold incredible value. You don't always need silver or gold. Sometimes rarity, condition, and a mint error are enough to turn an everyday coin into a collector's dream. And now for the number that makes this coin truly unforgettable. A pristine 1999 Connecticut State Quarter with a significant mint error and top professional grade has reached a value of $91,000. Top 2, we're diving into a coin that many people have seen but very few truly understand, the 2002 Indiana State Quarter. At first glance it looks like just another piece of pocket change, but hidden within this coin is a story of American history, minting mysteries, and the possibility of an incredible payday. So sit back, watch closely, and make sure you don't miss a single detail because this coin could be sitting in your collection right now. The Indiana Quarter was released as part of the famous 50 State Quarters program, one of the most popular coin series in United States history. Launched by the United States Mint, this program honored each state with its own unique design, and millions of Americans started checking their change for the first time in their lives. Indiana's turn came in 2002, celebrating the state's role as the crossroads of America and its rich transportation heritage. On the reverse of the coin, you'll see a beautifully detailed race car speeding across the outline of the state. This design honors the legendary Indianapolis 500, one of the most famous motorsports events in the world. Above the car are 19 stars, representing Indiana as the 19th state to join the Union. It's a design full of motion, pride, and history, which already makes it attractive to collectors, but what transforms an ordinary Indiana quarter into a highly valuable treasure is not just the design, it's the condition, the mint mark, and most importantly, the rare errors that slipped through the minting process. Some Indiana quarters were struck with dramatic minting mistakes. These include double die errors where the lettering appears slightly doubled, off-center strikes that shift the design away from the middle, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. These kinds of errors are extremely rare because quality control at the mint is very strict. When a mistake escapes into circulation, it becomes an instant target for serious collectors. Another key factor is high-grade condition. Most Indiana quarters were heavily used in daily transactions, which means scratches, dull surfaces, and worn details are very common. Finding one with full mint luster, sharp edges, and no signs of circulation is incredibly difficult. Coins graded at the very top of the scale by professional grading services are the ones that command astonishing prices. There are also special uncirculated rolls and satin finish examples from mint sets that can carry higher value, especially when preserved perfectly for over 2 decades. When you combine pristine condition with a strong strike and a rare error, you create the perfect storm for collectors who are willing to pay huge money. Imagine going through a jar of old quarters and spotting that race car design. Most people would spend it without a second thought, but a knowledgeable collector would examine the date, the mint mark, the surface, and the lettering under magnification. That careful inspection is what separates an ordinary coin from a potential jackpot. The Indiana quarter is a reminder that modern coins can still be valuable. You don't always need a century-old silver coin to find treasure. Sometimes, a coin from your own lifetime can hold the biggest surprise, and now comes the moment you've been waiting for. A top-condition 2002 Indiana quarter with a rare mint error has reached an astonishing value of $94,000. Top 3 we're heading to the far north to talk about a modern coin that looks simple but can hide an extraordinary surprise, the 2008 Alaska State Quarter. Many people have seen this coin with its wild nature design, but only a few know that certain rare versions can be worth a fortune. So watch closely, because this might be one of the most exciting quarters you can still find in circulation. This coin was released as part of the famous 50 state quarters by the United States Mint, a series that sparked a nationwide coin-collecting craze. By 2008 the program was nearing its end, but Alaska's design became one of the most popular of all. It perfectly captures the wild beauty of America's largest state. On the reverse you'll see a powerful grizzly bear catching a salmon in its jaws while a shining star marks the capital city. Above it appears the nickname the Great Land, a title that reflects Alaska's vast wilderness and natural strength. The detail in the bear's fur and the motion of the fish make this design stand out from many other state quarters, and collectors love coins that combine strong artwork with national symbolism. But what turns this beautiful coin into a high-value collectible is not just the design, its rarity in top condition and the presence of unusual minting errors. Most Alaska quarters went straight into circulation. They were used in stores, vending machines, and daily transactions, which means heavy wear is extremely common. Finding one with full mint luster, sharp details on the bear's fur, and a clean surface without scratches is very difficult. Coins graded at the highest levels are scarce because very few were preserved carefully when they were released. Now let's talk about the real treasures, mint errors. Some Alaska quarters have been discovered with doubled lettering, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, and even coins struck on incorrect planchets. These errors are rare because modern mint technology is very precise, so when a mistake happens and escapes into circulation, it immediately becomes a collector's target. Another factor that increases value is strike quality. On many coins the bear's fur appears flat due to weak striking pressure. A sharply struck example with deep detail and strong rim definition is far more desirable. Combine that with an uncirculated surface and you have a coin that stands out dramatically from ordinary pieces. There are also special satin finish coins from mint sets that were never meant to circulate. When these coins are kept in perfect condition and later graded at the highest level, their scarcity pushes demand even higher among serious collectors. Imagine searching through a roll of quarters and spotting that iconic grizzly bear. Most people would spend it without a second thought, but a knowledgeable collector would examine the date, mint mark, lettering, and surface under magnification. That simple habit has led to some of the most valuable modern coin discoveries. The Alaska Quarter proves that modern coins can still hold hidden wealth. You don't need a century-old silver coin to find something special. Sometimes a coin from your everyday change can become the highlight of a collection, and now for the number that makes this coin unforgettable. A flawless 2008 Alaska State Quarter with a rare mint error and top professional grade has reached a value of $88,000. Top 4. We're taking a close look at a quarter that many people have seen but very few truly appreciate, the 2003 Illinois State Quarter. At first glance it looks like an ordinary coin from your pocket, but certain rare versions of this quarter have captured the attention of serious collectors and turned into remarkable discoveries. So stay with me, because this coin might be worth far more than 25 cents. The Illinois Quarter was released as part of the historic 50 state quarters created by the United States Mint. This program transformed everyday Americans into coin hunters, checking their change and building collections. Illinois, known as the land of Lincoln, received a design that reflects its political legacy, architectural achievements, and agricultural strength. On the reverse of the coin you'll see a young Abraham Lincoln standing proudly, symbolizing his early life in Illinois. Behind him rises the skyline of Chicago, representing the state's modern power and economic influence. On the other side you'll find a farm scene, honoring Illinois as a leader in agriculture. This combination of history, industry, and farming makes the design one of the most detailed in the entire series, but what makes this quarter truly exciting for collectors is not just its artwork, it's the rare versions that stand out from the millions that were produced. Most Illinois quarters entered circulation immediately, which means they were exposed to scratches, wear, and damage. Finding one today with blazing mint luster, sharp lines in Lincoln's figure, and a perfectly clean surface is extremely difficult. High-grade examples certified at the very top of the scale are scarce, and scarcity is what drives collector demand. Now let's talk about mint errors, because this is where the real value appears. Some Illinois quarters have been discovered with double die lettering, where the inscriptions show clear duplication under magnification. Others display off-center strikes that shift the entire design away from the middle, creating a dramatic and highly collectible look. There are even rare cases of coins struck on the wrong metal planchet, which instantly makes them unique. Another important factor is strike quality. On many circulated coins, Lincoln's details look flat and the skyline appears weak. A sharply struck coin with full detail in the buildings, the figure, and the rim is far more desirable. When that strong strike is combined with an uncirculated surface and a mint error, the value can rise dramatically. There are also satin finish coins from official mint sets that were never meant for circulation. When preserved perfectly for years and later graded in top condition, these coins become highly sought after by advanced collectors who want the best possible examples. Imagine going through a roll of quarters and spotting the Illinois design. Most people would spend it without a second thought, but a trained eye would check the lettering for doubling, examine the rim for alignment, and study Lincoln's details under magnification. That careful inspection is how rare coins are found. The Illinois Quarter proves that modern coins can still hold incredible value. You don't need silver or gold. Rarity, condition, and minting mistakes can turn an everyday coin into a collector's prize, and now comes the moment you've been waiting for. A pristine 2003 Illinois State Quarter with a rare mint error and top professional grade has reached a value of $87,000. Top 5. We're heading into the world of modern U.S. quarters to uncover a coin that many people overlook, the 2006 Nevada State Quarter. It may look like ordinary pocket change, but certain rare examples of this coin have stunned collectors with their value. So keep your eyes open, because this quarter could be hiding in plain sight. The Nevada Quarter was released as part of the legendary 50 state quarters by the United States Mint, a program that turned millions of Americans into coin collectors. Nevada's design celebrates the state's Wild West heritage and its nickname, the Silver State. On the reverse side you'll see 3 wild Mustangs racing across open land, a powerful symbol of freedom and the untamed spirit of the American West. Above them appears the outline of the state with a rising sun, representing new opportunity and growth. The inscription "The Silver State" honors Nevada's rich mining history, which played a huge role in the development of the western United States. While millions of these coins were produced, most were heavily used in everyday transactions. That means finding one today with full mint luster, sharp details on the horses, and a clean, mark-free surface is extremely difficult. High-grade examples are rare, and rarity is what drives serious collector demand, but the real excitement begins when we talk about mint errors. Some Nevada quarters have been discovered with double die lettering, where the words and numbers appear slightly duplicated. Others show off-center strikes that shift the entire design away from the middle, creating a dramatic look that collectors love. There are even rare cases of coins struck on the wrong planchet, instantly turning an ordinary quarter into a unique collectible. Strike quality also plays a major role in value. On many circulated coins, the fine details of the horse's manes and muscles appear flat or worn. A sharply struck coin with strong rim definition and full detail is far more desirable. When that strong strike is combined with an uncirculated surface and a visible mint error, the value can increase dramatically. Another factor that collectors watch for is satin finish coins from official mint sets. These coins were never meant for circulation, and when preserved in perfect condition for years, they can achieve very high grades. A top-graded satin finish Nevada quarter is much harder to find than a regular circulation piece. Imagine searching through a jar of old quarters and spotting those 3 running Mustangs. Most people would spend it without a second thought, but an experienced collector would examine the date, mint mark, lettering, and surface under magnification. That careful inspection is how hidden treasures are discovered. The Nevada quarter proves that even modern coins can hold incredible value. You don't need a century-old silver coin to find something special. Sometimes a coin from your everyday change can become the highlight of a collection, and now for the number that makes this coin truly unforgettable. A flawless 2006 Nevada State Quarter with a rare mint error and top professional grade has reached a value of $82,000. So before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. That small piece of change could be the discovery that turns an ordinary day into an extraordinary find.